This is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1, and we're going to be discussing strange behaviors. Although I think a better title for this segment would be How to Blow Up a Murder Case Without Really Trying. Now, our friendly neighborhood conspiracy theorist wrote a blog, or somebody wrote it in his name, stating that the primary in the case refused to turn over her cell phone to law enforcement. In addition to this, the witness did not want to sit in the back of the patrol car with the door closed. Now, the witness may have been legally correct in her actions, may have been within her rights not to turn over the cell phone. After all, law enforcement at the time did not have a search warrant, which they would need to obtain the phone without the permission of the owner. And she may have been within her rights to request that the door not be closed while she's sitting in the patrol car. But this leads to a question that's going to be asked by law enforcement. Why would someone who claimed to come within a minute of being dead would act this way? This is supposed to be a victim as well as a key witness to the case, and yet she's acting guilty. She's acting like she has something to hide. Now, investigators and detectives are very paranoid people. And when somebody acts the way this woman did, they're going to start looking in areas they otherwise might not have. So by engaging in the alleged conduct that was described in this blog, this woman may have put herself right in the middle of a criminal investigation. Yes, there is a murder investigation, but there could also be potential criminal investigations that come out of this. Because there's a reason that Chris Elliott was killed. And there's a reason why Neely Blanchard was alleged to do what she did, I should say. So now, law enforcement is going to be given the incentive to look in another direction. And there is also this. Eventually, Neely Blanchard is going to have a defense attorney. And that defense attorney's job is to get his client the best deal possible with the jury. And that would include an outright acquittal. Now, when this case happened, many of us believed that this was a cut and dry murder case. Neely Blanchard was looking at life without parole, perhaps the death penalty, and so on and so forth. Now, anything is possible. Remember, we're living in a state where the most hated woman in America at the time got completely acquitted of any responsibility for the death of her 3-year-old daughter, Caylee Anthony. Casey Anthony was facing the death penalty. Casey Anthony was facing first-degree murder charges. Casey Anthony was completely acquitted. She didn't get any charge related to the death of her daughter. She was let go, scot-free. She's living in Southeast Florida right now, enjoying life, not a worry in the world. Hated but forgotten by the general public. Not important anymore. And here comes Neely Blanchard, facing first-degree murder charges, life without parole, so on and so forth. This is now in doubt. We may have another case in the state of Florida where a woman is involved in a murder case and she gets completely acquitted. And this is all going to be due to, number one, the actions of the witness in the case, and number two, the writings in a blog. The defense attorney is going to be all over that blog now. The defense attorney is going to be watching closely the actions of the key witness in the case. And the defense attorney is going to take a much closer look at the circumstances behind what Neely Blanchard is accused of doing than might ordinarily not be the case. There may be plea deals down the road because of what's come out in this blog. If not acquitted, Neely Blanchard may get away with voluntary manslaughter, which is basically a slap on the wrist. It's the lowest possible charge. She wouldn't get involuntary manslaughter because she contributed to the death of Chris Hallett by a deliberate action. But there is such a thing as exculpatory evidence. Evidence that would explain that there might have been a small amount of justification for what happened here. At a minimum, it's a justification for leniency on the part of the defendant. Now, I don't know how Chris Hallett's family is going to feel about Neely Blanchard getting off with involuntary manslaughter, but this is getting to be more and more of a possibility as the day goes forward. Because there are people out there, including the sister of Neely Blanchard, that want to see her go free. That they realize that things happened that caused Neely Blanchard to allegedly do what she did. In this case, she felt that she had been wronged by Chris Hallett. The sister of Neely Blanchard reportedly is attempting to procure what would be defined as a moral attorney to come to the defense of Neely and help get her out of the situation she's in. And this blog may help her in her cause because it now casts a wide umbrella of reasonable doubt as to the guilt of Neely Blanchard. And it puts a spotlight on the primary witness to this case as a possible contributor indirectly to the death of Chris Hallett. Now, on another side of the coin, the witness of this action is also taking over E-Clause. She is emerging as a primary participant in the business model of E-Clause and carrying on what Chris Hallett did. Now, if she continues on this path, she may well wind up sharing in any criminal liability that may face E-Clause. So it's going to be something else to watch as events surrounding the death of Chris Hallett play out. So until the next piece of the puzzle presents itself, this is William K. Murtaugh, Witness 1. Please like and subscribe, and have a good one.